Okay, so we're going to do something a little different here in explaining making a crossover cable. I am going to present a graphic extravaganza. So, you already know about how to do it physically because I showed you in my previous video. What you would want to do is cut your cable and take the casing off of it and remove the fiber. You're going to untwist your cables, and then you're going to need to put them in the order that they need to be for a straight through cable. Okay, and that order is, let's bring up our little cheat sheet. Don't worry about bringing in a cheat sheet. Okay, so you're going to have white, orange. So let's get colored in here. Now, twisted pair cable is the most commonly used in network installations, and the TIA/EIA organization defines two different patterns and or wiring schemes called T568A and T568B. Interesting to know why they needed to add all those extra letters and numbers. But anyway, there we go. That explains the A and the B need white, green. And they're just a scheme that they decided would become universal. So you either pick A or you pick B, and the difference between those two actually is just four of the pairs are reversed in the combination. So that is the difference between the A and the B, and why one would be better than the other, I have no clue. So they just pick one and they go with it, and the whole place has to be done that way. So as you saw in my other video, you need to separate your wires and then put them into this order in order to make a straight through cable. Now, it can either be in the order that the A is, oops, how did I do that? Or the B is, but you need to do them the same on each side. That will not be true with this crossover cable. You have an exchange, a changeover of the order in which the cables are. The greens and the oranges change. So here I am giving an example close up because you couldn't really see the colors of the, and this is not great, but you get the idea. Okay, so we have our white, orange, orange, white, green, blue. Now we need white, blue. Now some of the cables, I've seen two different cables, and they some of them are highly defined with your white blues, and some of them are not very defined at all. We're going to go back to our green. This might even be a different color green. Hope not. There it is. Now you can find these actual really good graphic images on Google. If you look in Google Images, actually there's several really good images from Cisco. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm hitting my left button somehow. Gotta put that finger down, and it's erasing it. So I never knew that happened before with paint. So this is, I haven't used paint very much, and I just thought that this would be different because when I did my cabling, you could see nothing. You couldn't see the order of the cables or anything. Only I could. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Oh, okay. Having a problem. You know, for this type of thing, I would much rather have like a stylus, a pen, pointer. So it's something I need to learn in graphics. Okay, so we'll do this a little more quickly here. There we go. All right, and in the straight, so then we have the green and the white, brown and the brown. So let's pick brown, white brown. So as I was saying, some are very defined. You can tell exactly what colors they are, and another cable that we used was very faint and was difficult to tell exactly what color that was. Okay, so here is the T568B pattern for a straight through. If we were making a straight through, this second group of cables would be in exactly the same order. All right, I'm going to save this. Okay. So, but since we're making a crossover cable, the greens and the oranges switch. So, instead of being orange again, we switch to the green. And so this first cable at the other end of your cable that goes into the RJ45 is going to be different. It's going to be green, white, and here's my little cheat sheet. Don't be afraid to use your cheat sheet so that you're doing it the right way. Whoops. Just want you to see that. So it's green, white, green, and then the white, orange, and then the blue. All right, so we'll go ahead and get our green in here. Now, if you're actually doing it physically, you would want to make sure that you had your ends of your cable trimmed nicely. You'd push it through your little RJ45 plug and you'd make it look nice, and then you would crimp it down with your crimpers, which was a wonderful tool. That was really great. So here we go. So the next one is blue, just like the other one. And then our blue stripe, our white blue. So this makes it a little bit more up close and personal so that we can actually see the colors of the wires. Thought this would be creative. Now we have orange. It was very fun for me to actually physically make the cable. I would love to make cables like that. I think that would be really fun. I really enjoy the hands-on part of this sort of thing, and that was fun. And then the last two are the same. You have your brown, you have your white brown, and then you have your brown. Whoop. I am not OCD about coloring in the lines, as you can tell, but we get the idea. So here we have the crossover pattern. Your first cable here switches. Your orange, your white, orange, and orange switches on your other side with the greens, and the greens switch with the oranges. So you would have this pattern over here on one end of your cable and this pattern on the other end of the cable. I assume that if you had the correct equipment and had one of those cable testers and you set it for crossover, it would make sure and test for that to make sure that you had all of your wires in the correct places. So there's the scheme for a crossover, and I hope you've enjoyed this graphic extravaganza. Thank you so much.